Hi, Peter Charles here, and let's talk about Fujifilm Autofocus. And how bad is it really, or is the problem just negative hype that isn't really rooted in reality anymore? So let's talk about it. Okay, you're looking at an XH2, Fujifilm XH2. The camera that is recording me right now is also a Fujifilm XH2, and as you can see, it focuses just fine. I can put it up to the camera, and you can see by the Fujifilm on the label, the camera's in focus, comes right back to me, it's in focus again. Now, I'll be the first to admit that the older cameras the most recent one I had that was bad was the XS10. And I bought that specifically for doing video work using autofocus, and I couldn't. I had to use it on manual focus all the time. And that's true of all the older Fujifilm cameras I used. I always either was using an old manual focus lens or I had a Fujifilm lens that was on manual focus. These days, I can run a video like this on full auto and never have to worry about the camera going out of focus. It stays locked in. So this is something that Fujifilm didn't do before, but does now. Now, what's interesting about some of the magazine reports that I've read over the years, and I'm talking the newer cameras now, and I remember reading an article, watching an article on YouTube about a Fujifilm camera, and they did some focusing tests, and I'm not going to say who did it, that's not important. But they did a focusing test. There were a few problems. They highlighted them and said, Fujifilm has some work to do on their autofocus, blah, blah, blah. Then a few months later, they did a similar test to a different brand of camera, and the autofocus really wasn't all that better. I mean, yeah, it may be marginally better, but really there were still issues. And yet their report was relatively glowing about the autofocus. So I'm saying there's this much difference between the Fujifilm and what you reviewed. And yet the Fujifilm you dumped on and this one you were glowing about it. So how much of it is just old news that just keeps getting regurgitated? Because as I say, old Fujifilm autofocus, and you use it in video or you're using it on burst mode. Yeah, there are issues. Burst mode wasn't good, video wasn't good. Newer cameras are quite good. They work just fine. So where is the issue? I've done my own tests. I used to be the owner of a Sony ZV-E10, which is obviously not top of the line Sony, but has the same guts as the A6000 series going up to the A6600. And I'll tell you right now, when I compared it to a Fujifilm XS20, and the Fujifilm had the kit lens and the Sony had the kit lens, the Fujifilm performed better, significantly better. And I did a variety of tests, moving my hand around to see if moving objects around, to see how well it would follow, how well would it go in and out of focus. And the Fujifilm was well ahead of the Sony. But if I asked a dozen different journalists in our photography industry, would the Fujifilm outperform the Sony, they would have said no. Their expectations would have been that the Fujifilm would have been worse, and it wasn't, not by a long shot. So, yeah, I know older cameras were bad, but this camera, the XS20 that I had, some of the other cameras I've owned that are newer, they're good. They work. And then when we're looking at the reviews, we start to wonder, how much of that is just old news regurgitating. Now, before you say anything in the comments, I know Fujifilm had some firmware issues with the XH2 versions. That seems to be fixed. I have not had any complaints since, and you can see from this video, you can actually move quite fast, and it's just sticking right in there, no trouble. I mean, look at the Fujifilm label. That's good. It's quite fast. So, reality-wise, are we having problems with Fujifilm autofocus anymore? I would say no. I would say, except for really high-end stuff, like if I was a professional sports photojournalist and I needed, great camera work, I would be using Nikon or Canon. I'll be blunt. I wouldn't be taking a Fujifilm out for that job. But for average user perspective, really, I mean, you're following these reports that's saying, this minuscule amount over here in this corner isn't quite good. Yeah, fine. How much of your photography matches that? And how much of it is general photography like most of us do, taking pictures of people, taking pictures of places, do some studio work, stuff like that. Does this autofocus work fine for those? Exactly, it does. The only thing I've ever had problems with my XH2, and this is partly user error, my 150 to 600 when I'm doing some bird photography, I still get some misses. But some of that can be attributed to me having the camera on the wrong setting. So, you've got to, that's the one thing, and I think this is true of pretty well every manufacturer out there, with perhaps the exception of Nikon. Nikon seems to be simpler from what I've read of their instructions. But, I've looked at the Sony menu system, and for autofocus controls, it has the same setup as the Fujifilm. It's not any easier. You have to think of the same things, and the menu's messier, and this is the new menu, not the old one. The old one was worse. So you have, in a modern Fujifilm camera, I wouldn't take it for sports photography. I probably wouldn't do it for, the world's best, African safari type of thing. I might look at one of the other brands, where if I'm dealing with rapidly moving subjects, but even so, I've taken pictures of birds in flight and they've been dead sharp. And I've tracked them across, taking shots, and every shot was sharp. So really, I mean, how much of a problem do we have anymore? Especially since the firmware updates to this seems to have fixed the firmware problem they had with autofocus earlier. So I would say when you're looking at these reviews online, and they're dumping on Fujifilm autofocus, take a look at their results and go compare it to Sony, Canon, Fujifilm, Nikon, some of the other brands, and see if you see the same problems in those videos, but they're being talked about in a more positive way. And really is just history coloring the results. So, I'm going to say one last thing about autofocus, and this is true in general, I think. You have to know how the autofocus system works in your camera to get the best out of it for the job you're doing. And as I say, when I look at Sony menus, they have all the same options that the Fujifilm does. So presumably you need to use them as much as you do with Fujifilm. So you have to know your autofocus system. So if you're using the wrong setup, and you're not getting good results, well, is that the fault of the camera or is that the fault of the photographer? Now, so give that some thought. And as I say, don't automatically take what's being told to you in these photo reviews. When you're looking at a camera and they're dumping on something, go look at other reviews they've said of competing cameras and see the results. And, are they any better or any worse? It's an interesting thing to do. You might find it's more about the prejudice against the brand than it is about the actual results. So give that some thought. Cheers.